Good morning. It is Thursday, February 8th. Today is the memorial of Jerome Emiliani. And this is Michigan Mornings from Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Coming up on the program, Dr. Tim Hogan explains why some couples seem to just grow apart. But first, your local weather and this news. Transportation Secretary and Michigan resident Pete Buttigieg, speaking at a UA Local 333 hall yesterday, emphasized President Biden's commitment to protecting civilian life in the Middle East, particularly in Gaza and Israel. Some Michigan Democrats are urging Biden to demand Israel cease military action in Gaza, with Arab American activists encouraging uncommitted votes in the state's primary. Senior White House officials are reportedly meeting with Arab and Muslim leaders in Michigan today, and Buttigieg stressed that Biden takes no vote for granted, especially in Michigan, which has a significant Arab American population and could be crucial in the upcoming elections. Police in Ann Arbor say a man who kidnapped his daughter and barricaded himself in a hotel has been taken into custody. Police in Ypsilanti Township received a call around 3:30 yesterday morning saying two armed suspects went into a home, assaulted the occupants, and took the child. The suspect was found at the Victory Inn Motel on Washtenaw Avenue near US 23, where an armed standoff took place. The second suspect involved in the abduction has not been arrested. The St. Bonaventure Monastery and the Solanus Casey Center has had the first successful month of its new local chapter of YouFra. The addition of YouFra, short for Youth Franciscan, is part of an effort by the monastery to forge a closer relationship with the wider Capuchin Franciscan young adult community in the United States. Members participate in service activities and live their faith in accordance with Franciscan spirituality. Lawmakers in Lansing are considering bringing back Michigan's Film Incentives Program. On Tuesday, the House Committee on Economic Development and Small Business heard arguments on two bipartisan bills.
This is a jobs bill. We want to employ people, we want to keep young talent here, and we want to highlight our state for the world to see.
That's Peter Klein of the Michigan Film Industry Association. James Homan of the Mackinac Center, however, says that tax cuts aren't transparent enough.
Transparency rules about tax credits are far less than they are for direct expenditures. Michigan ought to consider doing direct expenditures if they're going to proceed with film subsidies.
The new bill would see Michigan taxpayers paying 25% of the production costs for films in the state and 30% of the costs for hiring Michigan residents. And the residences at Water Square Luxury Apartments on the Detroit River are now open. The 25-story building is Detroit's first all-glass residential high-rise and sits on the site of the former Joe Louis Arena.
In 2014, nobody was thinking that this site is going to have any kind of short-term value.
That's Mayor Mike Duggan, who says the apartments make a huge change for Detroit since the city has exited bankruptcy and several big buildings sat empty in 2014. Rent ranges from $2,000 to $4,800 a month, and the first 10 floors have no vacancies. Bay County is seeking input from its residents on whether or not there is a want or a need for a community outdoor swimming pool. The new survey comes after the Bay County Board of Commissioners voted to close the pool at the community center in March of last year. And the warm weather in the area has allowed the Curie Municipal Golf Course in Midland to open up for those wanting to play 9 holes. The course says their phone has been ringing off the hook and that they will remain open as long as the weather allows. Now this. Today in Detroit, expect partly cloudy skies with highs in the mid-50s. Tonight will be milder, mostly cloudy with scattered showers and temperatures in the upper 40s. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy with highs in the upper 50s. Friday night turns partly cloudy with a 40% chance of showers and lows in the lower 40s. Saturday brings mostly cloudy skies and a morning chance of showers, clearing to partly cloudy in the afternoon with highs in the upper 40s, and Sunday will be partly cloudy with highs in the low 40s. Today in Saginaw, expect a mix of clouds and sunshine, becoming mostly cloudy in the afternoon with highs in the mid-50s. Tonight, not as cool, with numerous showers and a steady temperature in the upper 40s. Friday will be breezy and partly cloudy with highs in the mid-50s. Friday night turns cooler, partly cloudy with a 40% chance of showers and lows in the upper 30s. Saturday brings cooler temperatures, partly cloudy skies, and a slight morning chance of rain with highs in the lower 40s. And Sunday starts partly cloudy and becomes mostly cloudy with highs in the upper 30s. Why do some couples seem to just grow apart? Relationship therapist Dr. Tim Hogan joined Teresa Tomeo on Catholic Connection with some insight.
Well, I think part of this is, as you and I know, our everything that's happened in the past, maybe since smartphones came out in 2007, I think our nervous systems were just not ready for all the stimulation. I mean, things weren't great before then, but boy, I think we just were like fish chasing shiny things in the water, and our phone is constantly distracting us. I think we have access to more opportunity than we've ever had. The parents who are listening, they know their kids just have unlimited opportunity. And we've lost track of what's most important. I think we've lost track of the stuff that really makes human life worth living and a spiritual life worth living. So, but yeah, you see that too. I see that. Couples just don't take the time to have 20 minutes at the end of the day to look into each other's eyes and just share how they're doing and acknowledge God's presence in their relationship. Yeah.
So what kind of an impact, then, does that lack of acknowledgement, taking the time for each other, even as you said, 20 minutes a day, over time, how does that impact the relationship, Tim?
Yeah, well, God wired us for relationship and wired us for partnership. That's, I think the brilliance of the Catholic Church that we call this a sacrament. It's a very sacred, both it's a place where we experience God's grace between us, and we also experience, we kind of show that to people, what love is really like. And when we don't take the time physically with all of our senses to get in sync with our spouse, over time we lose that sense of attachment. And parents tend to not lose that with kids. When you see your kid, even when they're like, breaking things and whatever, we still have the sense of, okay, it's my kid. I'm not going to throw him out on the front porch and lock the door. But with our spouse, that sense of neurological attachment does get lost. And people talk about that. They just look across the room and they say, I don't even know who this person is. I don't even know if I want to be married anymore. And I think that's what's happened. It's partly a physical thing that happens in their nervous system. They lose that part of the brain that experiences attachment.
Catholic Connection is weekdays at 8 a.m. on Ave Maria Radio and the Ave Maria Radio app. That does it for this edition of Michigan Mornings on Ave Maria Radio and streaming anywhere you go with the free Ave Maria Radio app. I'm Matthew Handley. Thanks for listening. You can follow me on X @Radio Handley, and Lord willing, I will be back tomorrow. Until then, goodbye.